guys, I'm Police Bradbury, and here with me today is Kieran Bradbury.
My name is Kieran Bradbury!
That's not our intro.
Seriously, these intros, man. If you're here for the spoiler review of Captain America Civil War, then you've come to the right place. If you
Warning, spoiler alert.
Yeah,
now consider yourself warned, let's get into it.
Alright, so Captain America Civil War, superheroes going against each other. Mainly Captain America versus Iron Man, with, yeah.
On the side.
Alright, so basically, the story is that, the superheroes, like, people start to see the superheroes more of, like, the criminals who do more damage
They
than
know the story, they've clearly watched it if they're watching the spoiler one.
Yeah. Basically, you know, obviously, like...
So we'll just
they...
sort of give our thoughts rather than explain
Yeah. We'll give our good thoughts and our bad thoughts. And I know what bad thoughts you have because it was mentioned in your review before.
Oh, yeah.
Should we start?
Right, so what should we start with?
We'll start with the bad.
What's your favourite fight scene, I'd say? So that's a good starting
The
point.
the airport scene.
Yeah, I'm sure that's everyone's favourite.
Yes, that was so
That's
good.
definitely
I was
everyone's
literally
favourite
getting all
fight
hyped
scene.
up as well. It was so good.
Probably everyone's favourite scene overall as well.
Yeah, to be honest.
I'd say that's my favourite scene, followed by when Tony met Peter.
Yeah, that was actually quite interesting. Like he just
really
walked.
To say they connected well, I think.
Yeah.
Which is good for the future of Marvel. It's definitely good because they work well together.
Yeah.
I liked how it sort of gave a tiny little bit of backstory.
Yeah.
Which is good because obviously they need backstory. Because it's his first time in the MCU.
Yes.
But it didn't waste a whole movie on it, like you know, other backstories where they have a whole origin movie. It was literally just, oh, you sort of jump about a bit and swing, you're pretty good, have some money, be on my side, and that's it.
Yeah. One of my favourite bits was when Ant-Man turned into like giant Ant-Man. It's like
Big
little man just went
man.
big man.
Yeah, I like that because I was honestly a bit
The thing is,
a bit disappointed with Ant-Man. Even though Ant-Man was a great film, I was disappointed that Giant Man wasn't in it. I understood why. He wouldn't have really fit into that story, but I still wanted to see Giant Man.
Yeah.
And now we have.
Yeah.
So it is a shame that it was leaked though. It was leaked twice
On Lego sets.
In the Lego set and the pop vinyl.
Yeah.
So overall, what did you think of sort of conclusion to all this stuff? Because I think Age of Ultron, a lot of people had a problem with that film being that it was trying to lead to this film too much.
Yeah, I could see
So
slightly
did you
a
like
bit of
how
that.
this sort of concluded it and
Yeah.
didn't really build too much on the future?
Yeah, I actually liked it. It was a good conclusion to it.
Yeah, because as much as I love superheroes, I just don't like when the parts where they're trying to build to the future so strongly. I mean, I know they have to do it, and it is good to see a little bit of foreshadowing, but
the
films have to stand on their own. Like this one. This one you could, obviously you shouldn't, but you could watch this film on its own. Whereas Age of Ultron, you know, you've got to watch the next one, and to know what's going to happen really. But what did you think of Black Panther's backstory?
I thought it was actually right. It was like in Wakanda, yeah, and
Wakanda.
yeah, basically, it was like it was like a superhero for that country, and like it was like in the shadows until he got caught, obviously, when he was fighting Buck.
Yeah, I like the sort of bit where it's subtle in its way, really. Even though you see his dad dying, you don't actually get all the main plot, which means we are gonna get a proper sort of more detailed part in the Black Panther standalone movie,
Yeah.
because you don't really see everything that gets him to that point. So hopefully we are gonna see that in the Black Panther movie, which
Yeah.
I don't know how that's actually gonna work out, because we've got to see some stuff that happens
Yeah.
during Civil War, right? We've got to see that, but we've got to see the build up of him becoming
Yeah.
Black Panther. We've got to see how it passes down, and you inherit well, if they definitely are, if they are going to do that in the MCU version, about inheriting the powers
Yeah.
and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But I just, that and Spider-Man, I'm just confused as to, in their standalone films, what
What can
they're exactly
happen?
going to do, if they're going to be prequels, or half prequels, or sort of like Deadpool where it flip-flops through
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
I don't know, I think I guess Spider-Man probably isn't going to have an origin story, is he?
I don't know, because I heard Iron Man was going to be in the Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, I think maybe with Spider-Man, Homecoming, I think maybe that's just going to start after this,
Yeah.
because we don't really need the Spider-Man origin story, because as I said, I think the scene with Tony Stark just gave enough, honestly. Maybe they could just have another bit where someone says, "Oi mate, what are you doing this for?" And then he says, "Oh, Uncle Ben and that." Maybe they could get that, but I don't want to see it, to be
Yeah.
honest. But Black Panther is definitely gonna have to be at least part prequel, because that is a character that definitely needs a well-explained origin story,
Yeah.
more so than in this film.
There was also something I liked, which was Spider-Man. Well, Tom Holland, he did a really good job on it for a British actor.
And I said this in my quick view, but in case you haven't seen that, personally, it was great to see a good Spider-Man and a good Peter Parker, which hasn't been done before with I've forgotten the actors' names now, but the last two, they were, even though I know they weren't good films, any of them, to be honest.
Or even the
But
original.
I like them because I like Spider-Man, but I've never liked Peter Parker's movie versions until now, because they've actually nailed it. They've got a kid who's in. They've got a kid who's actually a kid,
Yeah.
which is definitely made apparent by his It's not a squeaky voice. He's not like 5, but he's definitely, you can hear it. You can hear that he's Spider Boy and not Spider Man.
Yeah.
Okay, what else have we got to talk about?
Uh. Hmm. So, I mean, the fights were good, and the final bit with Captain America and Iron Man was also quite good.
Yeah, I liked the shot that was reminiscent of the comics, where Iron Man was shooting out Captain America's shield. That's probably good. And actually, that fight, the end fight, was probably, I'd say, one of the most mature moments in MCU movies. Of course, we've got Daredevil, which is it's edgy, but then you've got Jessica Jones, which is proper, actually mature.
Yeah.
But ignoring that, just out of the main MCU movies, I think that was pretty. It was pretty mature for MCU. You know, it looked for a second like he was gonna knock his head off.
Yeah. What I did also like Buck's role, like how, you know, when he was you know, having these words said to him, which would you know, control his brain, and he would be commanded to do something. And then when he's actually himself, he's like really nice and that and funny. Well, quite funny.
Yeah, but
I'd-
you know the words he says. Couldn't they have picked words that meant something when they were together?
Yeah, I can see your point there actually. Should we actually start talking about the things that were quite bad? Which the first one, me and you can completely both agree on, because it doesn't.
Was it
Martin
Martin.
Freeman, you do not fit for an American. I'm sorry.
Good old Marty.
You need to stay the
Good old-
British role.
Like, to be honest, I don't care that the character was meant to be American. Just make him
British next time.
or just maybe he sounds a bit British, or get an American actor. Because as much as I love him in The Office, he was alright in Sherlock. I don't care for Sherlock, and it was great in World's End.
Yeah.
He's done some pretty good stuff.
Bilbo Baggins.
This isn't one of them. What other flaws did you have? Because I can't think of any. To be honest. Other than sort of Black Panther was a little bit.
I thought he was alright.
A little bit rushed, but I think that's because we're gonna see.
Yeah, obviously a standalone.
So it
probably.
depends. Call me in 2018 whenever the Black Panther movie is out, and then we'll be able to make a fair judgment on that.
Alright.
But should we talk about Infinity War?
Ooh, Infinity War.
How many wars are there in the bloody Marvel
We've got,
Cinematic
you know,
Universe
Guardians
now?
of the Galaxy. We got, you know, the Avengers and all the other. And
Yeah, Avengers Infinity War.
Imagine just Deadpool just jumps. It's like, oh, this is PG-13. I'm out here.
Infinity War, I think, is the one that's going to have the most.
Yeah, probably almost every
repercussions
superhero.
from this movie.
I don't know why, but I just feel like I hope they have like someone from X-Men in Infinity War. I just don't. I
don't care.
don't care. What was the?
I think for Infinity War, we've got enough heroes in the MCU now. Now that we've that Spider-Man, he was the one we needed, because he is the best superhero. I don't care about anyone that's going to say that his movies were bad, because they're not going to be anymore.
Yeah. Ooh.
And it's by the same. It's Russo brothers, aren't they? Is that what they're called?
I don't know.
Well, those were the people who did Civil War, and they're doing Infinity War, which is great because they did a good job of making all their characters flowed well. Even though there were so many characters in it, they all worked. Whereas other things, you know, Batman versus Superman, even with only a few heroes, they couldn't really concentrate.
Yeah.
So I think Infinity War, as long as Infinity War actually has some repercussions from this film, then it'll be worthwhile. But what do you think is really going to happen in Infinity War, though?
Well,
who's going to be on what team?
I don't know. Good
Well, no,
guys.
who's going to be on the team is what I mean. Because who's going to be the Avengers? We're going to have
The Guardians of the Galaxy. We're gonna have Iron Man, Captain America, probably Spider-Man, Black Widow, Ant-Man, Scarlet Witch, Black Panther, Doctor Strange probably,
Vision, you missed out.
Vision, a few others I forget sometimes, since I'm terrible at names sometimes.
Falcon, War Machine, maybe. Maybe Falcon, War Machine and Bucky, but I don't know if they'd really work in Avengers. I don't know. But I had an idea. I honestly had it just earlier today about how, because everyone wants to see Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist on
Netflix.
On the big screen in actual MCU movies. Everyone wants to see them in the movies, or some of the movie characters brought into the... I hate to call them TV series because they're not TV series, they're Netflix series. But the way to connect them, right, what I thought of, rather than just sort of them meeting, what about Squirrel Girl? Because if we bring in Squirrel Girl, right, you can use a bit of her origin story. She's sort of with Iron Man. That will connect her to the movie part. But because she's also got connections with Luke Cage and Jessica Jones, she can sort of go, you know, Mr. Stark, I've got these two mates. They're pretty good, and just sort of bring them in. As well as I want to see Squirrel Girl, but she could bring in those characters. She could be the connection between them.
Yeah. Let's see.
So is this your new favourite Marvel movie?
Yes, I am going to say it is my new favourite Marvel movie. Had a good story, had really good fights and epicness and stuff.
It's got epicness.
Epicness, as I put it. But yeah, it was probably one of the best Marvel films I've seen. I'm not joking when I say this. Like, the first bit is about, Captain America and the gang, well, for the people that, join the Avengers, and then it was then focused really on Iron Man and Captain America and a bunch of others, and Spider-Man and not much of Ant-Man, but like, when,
Ant-Man was sort of in enough. I like Ant-Man, I really do, but...
Your Blu-ray.
Too much of him would have made this film feel a bit strange.
Yeah,
because he's a funny hero, and that's why he was in just enough of this film, because we needed a perfect mix of funny and serious, and it did that. So any more of Ant-Man would have messed with that.
Yeah. Right,
so we done there?
Yeah, we literally went from the Civil War review to Infinity War theory thing, and then back to Civil War.
So Infinity War is probably going to be good, because it's the same people.
It's part 1 and part 2. It's got to be good.
Gonna have lots of characters, and it's gonna be annoying waiting till 2019 part 2 comes out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait that long.
We'll be 20. Well, actually, no. I'll be 20. You'll still be 19.
We've got to wait ages for that movie. Just colour.
Guess who also has to wait ages for that movie?